Hello everyone, welcome, my name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. Bugonia, 2025, Yorgos Lanthimos. Bugonia tells the story of a woman named Michelle Fuller. The CEO of a large biomedical company, Michelle's day takes a turn for the worse when a man named Teddy and his cousin Don kidnap her. On top of that, Teddy and Don kidnap her because they think she is an alien. Trapped with two seemingly insane individuals, Michelle must find a way to get out of this mess before something bad happens to her. Look, you know, I am always down for a new Yorgos joint. Love Yorgos. But good God, I was not prepared for this one. This was a mesmerizing and incredibly made thriller. Oh my God. Within the first 10 or so minutes of the film, we are exposed to everything that makes Yorgos such a fascinating director. Visually, it is striking. Shot in 4:3, we begin with a close shot of bees pollinating some flowers. All the while, Jesse Plemons' character Teddy is talking about how valuable bees are to the ecosystem, yet are being killed off by human negligence and pollution. We get this wonderful bit of cross-cutting, full of beautifully framed and blocked shots where Teddy and Dawn are preparing for their mission by training, while Michelle is preparing for her day by going through a rigorous beauty and exercise regimen. It is a visual precursor that spells out the themes of class divide beautifully. During this sequence, we get exposed to the score by Yerskin Fiendrix, who also scored Poor Things. The music during the bee speech is at first serene and calming. The strings accentuate the majesty of these small little creatures. But as Jesse Plemons begins to talk about how the bees are dying out, the music dowers, the strings begin to coarsen and drone, it becomes unsettling. That score from there on becomes a beautiful example of something that ebbs and flows with the movie. We get ominous, coarse drones that will rise into these epic, symphonic, and operatic crescendos. Each composition is unique in its own right, and no one piece resembles the other, yet it is all unified by this man's particular style and musical palette. While the licensed music was minimal, there were only like 2 songs used. It was nonetheless memorable. This film featured one of the best uses of Green Day I have heard and seen in a while. It was during the scene where Michelle is getting electrocuted and it is set to Basket Case. While certainly on the nose, it was nonetheless a fun song choice. The film ends on a Pete Seeger song called Where Have Old Flowers Gone, and this song was a beautiful way to cap off the themes and ideas of the film. On top of that, the visuals don't let up either past the beginning. Yorgos delves into some wonderfully surreal imagery throughout the film. There are 2 particular flashback sequences shot in black and white, and in the first we see Teddy's mom, played by Alicia Silverstone, full of blades in her, talking about aliens and whatnot before floating off. We then see a similar image of her floating off with Teddy holding her by a string like a balloon, all the while Emma Stone is giving a wonderfully corporate speech. It brilliantly and subtly exposits backstory and is memorable as narrative imagery. As well, this film has some top-notch production design. At first, the sets and costumes are minimal and it works for the sort of story we initially think this is. An office space, a small packing factory, a house, that's all you need. Plus, this film has some insane gore effects. While the obvious one to talk about is Don blowing his brains out, I thought Michelle popping her knee back into place was gnarly looking. Joint stuff always gets to me, and that looked pretty realistic in my eyes. Then the film hits us with the big plot twist, and we get this extravagant set and these weird costumes that look like giant knitted ponchos. It's weird as fuck, but I expect nothing less from Yorgos. Yorgos' writing style is in full effect here, but it's odd I say that, because Yorgos didn't write this movie. A man named Will Tracy, who worked for The Onion, wrote this movie. What results from this is a weird blend of Yorgos' alien style of dialogue and the sort of satirical snark you would expect from an Onion article. Full of odd word choices and weird delivery, but done in a way that feels more human and modern. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Yorgos did some ghostwriting on the script with Will. But what impresses me about this film is just how layered and incredibly thoughtful the script is. While I was writing this review, I struggled with whether or not I wanted to go and break down the facets of this story, but I don't want to, really. Partially because of time, but also because I think this is a go in blind sort of movie. All I will say is this. There is a twist at the end of the film. However telegraphed it is, that's up for debate. But it is incredible not only because of how sort of left field it is, but how it recontextualizes the characters and their arcs throughout the film. It's just masterful stuff. Our small cast just absolutely blows me away with amazing performances. Emma Stone just has a knack for delivering Yorgos-style dialogue. She can just nail the deadpan alien dialogue really well. Jesse Plemons played the type of crazy that you rarely see, the subdued, realistic crazy. His outbursts aren't comically over the top, his demeanor isn't, zany. It's unnerving, it's tragic, and Plemons continues to prove why he's one of my guys. Then, in a phenomenal debut performance, we have Aidan Delbus as Don. God, this character and the way Delbus just embodies him is absolutely incredible. Oh, also, fucking Stavros shows up for a hot minute in this film. And his performance and his character was goddamn bonkers with where it went. Oh my god. Man, I don't know, people. What we have here with Bugonia, it is for sure a lock for my favorite of the year. Like, we're locking it in. Holy shit. If something better comes along, like, of course, it'll get bumped down, but this might be my favorite film of 2025. This film might just be Yorgos' masterpiece. This film might have earned a spot in my top 10 of the 2020s. Like, I cannot wait to see this again. It is beautifully crafted, and it is everything I want out of movies. What more is there to say? Watch this fucking movie. You know what it is. 10 out of 10. See you later, guys.